Welcome to the magical world of For You Kids. Before we start tonight's story, imagine a place full of colors and laughter, where surprises hide in every corner. Now let's get comfy and ready to drift into a beautifully dreamy adventure. Little girl Bella and the Enchanted Forest. In a tranquil town, there lived a little girl named Bella. Bella, who is 5 years old, has golden curly hair and bright blue eyes, always full of curiosity about everything around them. After school every day, Bella's favorite thing to do is to play in a small grove in the backyard. This grove is a magical place for Bella because she can find all kinds of plants and trees there, and even occasionally see the traces of small animals. Bella is always delighted to pick up beautiful leaves and flowers in the woods, and sometimes she also meets small squirrels foraging and hopping frogs. However, one day, Bella found a dwarf in a green robe in the woods. His name is Stanley. Stanley has a white beard and always has a smile on the corner of his mouth. He said to Bella, "Hello, little Bella. I am the guardian of this forest, Stanley. Welcome to the Enchanted Forest." Bella was very surprised. She never thought that this grove is actually an enchanted forest. Bella curiously asked, "What is an enchanted forest? Why have I never heard of it?" Stanley smiled and explained, "The enchanted forest is a place full of magical plants and animals. They can purify the air and protect the earth. However, this forest is facing many difficulties now and needs your help." After hearing this, Bella was both excited and a bit nervous, not knowing how to help. But she decided to try her best because she really likes this mysterious enchanted forest. Bella nodded in agreement, showing her willingness to help Stanley protect the enchanted forest. Stanley then led Bella deeper into the forest, where there were some ancient and towering trees that seemed to have their own life. "We need to address this issue first," Stanley said, pointing to a huge oak tree. Upon closer inspection, Bella noticed a crack in the trunk of the oak tree, as if it had been severely injured. "How did this happen?" Bella asked worriedly. Stanley sighed and said, "Recently, some humans have been sneaking into this forest, littering, and even cutting down trees at will. These actions are damaging the health of the forest." Hearing this, Bella was very sad. She had been taught by her mother, Sunshine, to love nature since she was a child and had never littered. She decided to do her best to help Stanley and the friends in the forest. "What can we do?" Bella asked. Stanley smiled and said, "First, we need to teach you some tips on protecting the forest. Today, we will learn how to properly handle garbage." "Okay," Bella nodded in agreement. Stanley led her to a pile of discarded garbage. The garbage was piled up, including plastic bottles, food packaging bags, and some old clothes. Bella, do you know how to sort garbage? Stanley asked. Well, my mother Sunshine has taught me some, Bella replied, such as plastic bottles can be recycled and food waste can be composted. Very good, Stanley praised, and let's start sorting that. They both worked together to separate the plastic bottles, paper, and food waste, and then put the non-recyclable garbage into garbage bags. In the process of dealing with the garbage, Stanley told Bella if plastic waste is not dealt with in time, it will cause great harm to the environment. Plastic takes many years to decompose, and if animals mistakenly eat it, it will also threaten their life. Bella listened carefully, and while listening, she sorted the garbage according to Stanley's instructions. After all the garbage was processed, Stanley picked up a piece of plastic film, blew gently, and the film immediately turned into a bird, flying to the sky. Wow, that's amazing, Bella exclaimed. Stanley smiled and said, as long as we take garbage seriously, the environment will become better and better, and the enchanted forest will be more vibrant. Bella finally understood the importance of properly handling garbage for the environment, and she felt that she was one step closer to the mission of protecting the enchanted forest. Stanley then said to Bella, "You did a great job today." Little Bella. Next, we still need to learn more environmental protection knowledge so that we can better protect our enchanted forest. Bella nodded, full of expectation, and said, "I will study hard, Stanley. Let's make the enchanted forest more beautiful together." Bella couldn't wait to run back to the forest to find Stanley. She found Stanley with a group of small animals who looked worried. Bella stepped forward and asked, "Stanley, what are we going to learn today?" Stanley smiled and replied, "Today we are going to learn how to plant trees." Planting trees not only beautifies the environment, but also helps purify the air and provides habitats for animals. Under Stanley's leadership, Bella and a group of small animals came to an open space. This open space used to have many trees, but now only a few lonely saplings are left. Bella felt very distressed, and she was determined to help these saplings grow strong again. First, we need to dig a small pit. The depth is about the same as the length of the sapling's root system. Stanley demonstrated to Bella how to dig a pit with a small shovel. Bella followed Stanley's example and carefully dug a small pit, then gently placed a sapling into it. Next, cover the roots with soil, press it down, and then water it a bit. Stanley continued to guide. Bella did as he said, and she found this process both interesting and satisfying. She carefully did her best in every step, hoping that the saplings could grow strong. After planting the trees, Bella asked curiously, "Stanley, why is planting trees so important?" Stanley explained trees can absorb harmful carbon dioxide, release oxygen, prevent soil erosion, and provide habitats for animals. If we do not plant trees, the forest will become barren, and many animals will lose their home. Belle listened very carefully, and she understood that planting trees is not only to make the environment more beautiful, but also has many other important functions. She looked at the saplings she had planted with her own hands, and her heart was full of pride. Suddenly, a hurried footsteps came, and a little rabbit Pip ran over panting and said urgently, "Stanley, it's not good. The trees by the river have been cut down, and many small animals have lost their habitat." Stanley's face became serious after hearing this. He immediately took Bella and the small animals to the river. When they arrived, Bella was surprised to see that the originally lush trees had become sparse, and there were cut stumps everywhere. "Little Bella, this is a consequence of indiscriminate logging," Stanley said. "We now need to do two things. One is to continue planting trees and restore the environment. The other is to find those who cut down the trees and let them understand the harm of doing so." Bella had never seen such a scene before, and she felt both angry and distressed. She firmly said to Stanley, "We must protect these trees." Stanley nodded. "Now let's plant trees together and then go to find those who destroyed the forest." Bella and the small animals started digging pits and planting trees again. This time they planted some fast-growing tree species, hoping to restore the forest's ecology as soon as possible. After planting the trees, Stanley took Bella to a place near the river, which is where they usually drink water. Many people like to come here to play, and sometimes they will accidentally damage the environment. Stanley said we need to find them and let them realize the importance of protecting the environment with love and care. A few days later, Bella and Stanley were still busily planting trees and cleaning up trash. At this time, an unexpected discovery made the situation more urgent. Bella found a nail board in a pile of garbage by the river with a note pinned on it. The note read, "The forest is too dirty. We have decided to cut down some trees and turn this place into an amusement park." Bella felt extremely angry, and she immediately showed the note to Stanley. Stanley frowned and pondered for a while. He said to Bella, "It seems that someone wants to destroy this forest, but we must not let them succeed." In the morning, Bella went home and told her mother, Sunshine, about this. Mother Sunshine said that some people have a very weak sense of environmental protection, but through education and publicity, people's concepts can be changed. Therefore, Bella decided to use the town's community activities to convey the importance of protecting the environment to everyone. The next day just happened to be a community gathering in the town, and Bella, with Stanley and some small animals, also participated in the gathering. With the help of Bella's mother Sunshine, Bella made a speech at the meeting. Hello everyone, my name is Bella and I am 5 years old this year. I want to tell everyone that there is a beautiful enchanted forest in our town. The small animals and plants there are our friends, but now they are being destroyed. Bella's voice was clear, and her words were sincere, attracting the attention of many people. A few days ago, I found that some people want to turn the forest into an amusement park. We like to play, but we also need to respect nature. Protecting the environment is very important, not littering, planting trees, saving water, all are small things we can do. She continued, her eyes flashing with a firm light. Stanley took over and said, "Dear friends, Bella is right. Each of us can start with small things to protect our home together." Hearing Bella and Stanley's words, everyone expressed their support, and some families even said they were willing to join the action to protect the forest. They picked up tools to help clean up the trash and plant trees. Bella was very happy, but the matter was not over yet. She decided to take everyone to meet those who were trying to destroy the forest. Stanley guided everyone to the edge of the forest, and sure enough, they saw several workers cutting down trees with chainsaws. Bella mustered up her courage, walked forward, and said to one of the workers, "Please stop cutting down the tree. We need these trees to purify the air and provide habitats for animals." The workers initially ignored her, but Bella's determined eyes and the crowd behind her gradually made them stop their work. One of the workers finally spoke up and said, "Little girl, you are right. We are just working, but we didn't think about the environmental damage." At this time, Stanley stepped forward and said everyone can contribute to protecting the environment. Perhaps you can consider other jobs that do not destroy the environment. With the joint efforts and influence of everyone, the workers agreed to stop cutting down the trees and expressed their willingness to join the ranks of protecting the forest. Community members also expressed their support and jointly maintained this precious natural resource. Bella looked at the enchanted forest that was revitalized and was filled with relief in her heart. She knew that this was just the beginning and there was still a lot of work to be done, but she was not afraid because she had Stanley and so many people willing to give. After the workers stopped cutting down trees, Stanley held an environmental education meeting with Bella and community members, aiming to let more people understand how to effectively protect the environment and raise environmental awareness. At the beginning of the meeting, Stanley said in his warm and powerful voice, "Thank you all for coming today. Protecting the environment is not only for ourselves, but also for future generations." Bella took a deep breath and muster the courage to continue speaking. Environmental protection is not a difficult thing. As long as each of us can start with small things. For example, do not litter, sort garbage, save for water, take public transportation more often, etc. Even small actions can have a huge impact on the environment. Hearing Bella's speech, some residents of the town began to raise questions. A woman named Mrs. Thompson asked Bella, "How should we deal with used batteries and old electronic products?" Bella smiled and responded, "Mrs. Thompson, electronic waste cannot be discarded indiscriminately. We need to send them to special recycling stations to prevent harmful substances from leaking and polluting the soil and water sources." Another man named Mr. Johnson asked, "What if we can't avoid using plastic bags?" "We can't always carry a bunch of cloth bags when shopping, can we?" Stanley answered this question for Bella. "Johnson, you can actually prepare a few durable shopping bags and carry them with you when you go shopping. When we shop, we should prioritize reusable bags and reduce the use of plastic bags. This is not only convenient, but also environmentally friendly." Then a young person raised a question about tree planting. Stanley, is there any special method for planting trees? "I want to plant some trees, but I'm always worried about not doing it well." Stanley patiently explained planting trees is not as complicated as it seemed. First, choose tree species suitable for the local climate and soil, and then ensure that the newly planted seedlings have enough sunlight and water. Remember, planting trees is not just about planting seedlings, but also taking care of them regularly to prevent diseases and pests. At this time, the little rabbit Pip jumped forward excitedly and added, "We should be brave to try rather than be afraid of not doing well. As long as everyone plants a tree, our town will become more beautiful." The little bird Chirpy, who had not spoken for a long time, also chirped up as if echoing Pep's word. The community members looked at these vibrant little animals and smiles appeared on their faces. They felt the importance of environmental protection and realized their obligations and responsibilities. After the meeting, Mother Sunshine and Father Bright brought refreshments, and everyone sat together to discuss the next environmental action plan. Bella saw everyone discussing enthusiastically and felt very satisfied and happy. A few days after the meeting, obvious changes began to take place in the town. Streets became cleaner and classified trash bins were set up next to the trash cans, and many people started to ride bicycles or walk. Every resident living here is contributing their own strength to environmental protection. Stanley looked at this harmonious scene and said to Bella, "Little Bella, do you see? Protecting the environment is not a matter of one or a few people. It requires the efforts of each of us. Today you did it. You made everyone realize the importance of environmental protection and started to take action. Bella smiled and nodded. She knew in her heart that although the crisis of the enchanted forest was temporarily lifted, the work of protecting the environment would never stop. She decided to share the knowledge she learned with more children and let more people join the ranks of protecting the earth. As the environmental awareness of the town's residents increased, the enchanted forest gradually regained its vitality. The once barren areas sprouted new green saplings, and the small animals also returned to their homes one after another. Bella looked at the rejuvenated enchanted forest with joy in her heart. One day after school, Bella still came to the enchanted forest as usual. She found Stanley and a group of small animals busy building a large bird's nest, preparing to welcome the birds returning from migration. Bella excitedly ran over to help, and everyone decorated the bird's nest beautifully and comfortably. As night fell, the stars twinkled in the sky, and the enchanted forest was shrouded in a soft moonlight. Stanley sat under a big tree and said to Bella, "Little Bella, you did a great job. This forest feels your love and effort." Bella nestled beside Stanley, looking at the stars in the sky, and whispered, "Stanley, thank you for teaching me so much. I will continue to work hard to keep the enchanted forest beautiful forever." Just at this moment, a golden firefly flew past, leaving a shining trail in the night sky. Stanley smiled and said, "This is a gift from the forest to you." Bella squinted her eyes, leaned on Stanley's shoulder, and gently closed her eyes. She knew that no matter what challenges she would face in the future, as long as there was love in her heart, she would be able to protect this enchanted forest. The residents of the town, inspired by Bella, continued to work hard to protect the environment. The enchanted forest is always full of vitality and beauty, becoming the most precious treasure in everyone's heart. Everyone who comes here can feel the beauty of nature and the selfless dedication of people. At the end of the story, Bella stood at the edge of the forest, smiling and waving to the future. Under her leadership, the children of the town also started to take action, and they planted a forest of hope together to protect their beautiful home. I hope you enjoyed our magical journey. Before you drift off to sleep, don't forget to subscribe to For You Kids. Start to ensure you never miss a story. Good night, little ones. Sweet dreams.